Okay.
It's brand new. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Disney Morning Show. I'm Kyle, and joining me again today is Tony. Hi, Tony.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon for me, but morning for you.
I figured we needed more Friends references because there's definitely not going to be
Is that what that
another
is?
two today. Yeah, it's where the reason that it sounds weird is because it's Splice, where I have the first line is when he's singing it and wakes Rachel up when the girls are still living in the guy's apartment, and then the end, the second half that I have is from when Joey's back and he's excited because he loves that guy. And we even got background extras. This is great.
Yeah, we're
Anyway,
getting robbed right now. It's okay.
we're gonna get started the way we start every one of these shows with a look at the Disney stock price. So when we did this last, it was at 99.53. Today, or at the second, it's at 99.14 still. So there you go. It's still fallen a little bit. It's climbing up today, but still down from the last time we checked it. But that was a couple days ago.
So does it look like that shareholders meeting yesterday did anything?
It didn't move the needle, if you can believe it. Yeah. Do we have any hellos to say, Tony, before we move on to weather?
Well, we got a lot going on. We got Fred welcoming us back. Let me go ahead and click that because my mouse is being funky today. I don't know what Jeannie said yikes to, but Jeannie plus said yikes. But she also said good morning, everybody. Gio, good morning to you. Nikki B, wow, I'm guessing for the intro.
I might tweak it before Doobie gets back. Don't anybody tell him. Not like he's gonna watch this to know. But I was gonna save it for Doobie. I'm like, well, let me do a dry run today since I had a couple minutes while we waited.
They're still on the ship, right?
No, they got off. Apparently, you have to like get off really early in the morning.
That's true.
Yeah, didn't know.
Was that today?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I didn't realize they ended today. I thought they ended tomorrow.
They're gonna be at your apartment any second. I don't know what you're talking about.
That would be something, huh?
But let's get to the weather. Here's Ethan.
Hello there and welcome to another edition of the LP Disney Weather Report. I hate the world today. You're so good to me, I know, but I can't change. Tried to tell you, but you look at me like maybe. I'm an angel underneath, innocent and sweet. Yesterday I cried. You must have been relieved to see the softer side. I can understand how you'd be so confused. I don't envy you. I'm a little bit of everything all rolled into one. I'm a female dog. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim is in the 50s now, but will warm to a high of 77 in the afternoon, before falling back down into the 50s by park closing time. And a twist, Walt Disney World will be nearly 10 degrees cooler than Disneyland today, as Central Florida's high will be just 68. Castaway Cay is also cooler than normal today, as it's south of 70 and windy. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point is 76 today with partly cloudy skies, and it's a bit breezy.
I'm breezy.
Disneyland Paris was 66 and sunny when I prepared this report, but showers are expected to move in later this evening and the temp will slowly drop 10 degrees. Tokyo will be sunny tomorrow and reach a pleasant 68. Shanghai will also be sunny and warmer, hitting 78 degrees in the early afternoon. Lastly, in another rare event, Hong Kong will be cooler than its mainland counterpart, topping out at 73 with partly cloudy skies. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
We don't have enough bumpers on this show, do we?
No. We could always use more production value. That's what I say.
There you go. Well, we talked about some of the news we're going to talk about today on our yesterday morning show, not morning show, but this is brand new since then. We got news that there's going to be a few new dining experiences coming to the Disneyland Resort. First of all, with the return of Paint the Night for the 70th anniversary celebration, a Paint the Night dining package will be coming to the Plaza Inn. You'll be able to get your meal between 1 p.m. and 4 p.m. Sit anywhere you like inside of the Plaza Inn. And then that includes reserved seating for the parade itself. So reservations for this will open up on March 25th.
Which is funny because I think people will be sitting well ahead of the dining time for Paint the Night. Because at the 60th, when it was there, and that was when it was new, people were lining up before the day parade, and they would just sit for the day parade and then stay until all night. But
Don't do that.
I would do this just for that guaranteed seating for sure.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a pretty decent deal. But then another new option coming soon. This is Donald's Tales of Adventure Dinner Buffet at Storytellers Cafe. This is going to be a barbecue-inspired buffet. Don't worry, they'll still have Mickey's Tales of Adventure be available for breakfast and brunch at Storytellers. But then Donald gets to take over at night, and I'm sure he's excited about that. I have a question for you, Tony.
Okay, go for it.
When did Clarabelle Cow become like the secret seventh of the Fab
I don't
Five
know. I'm
Sensational
wondering that
Six?
too. And then no love for Horace Horse Collar either, though.
No, seriously,
So-
but Clarabelle's been in everything lately. She's got a 70th anniversary costume. She was featured in a video yesterday, or maybe it's a couple days ago, but whatever. And then she's going to be in the thing for them. She's in some other recent thing too. I just feel like way more inclusion for Clarabelle for no reason.
But this is also a different spin on the last fall's Mickey meet and greet, where he's in his little hipster outfits, but now he's not there, so it's carrying over to Donald and Goofy and them. That's last fall. I don't know if you could see it well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we included hipster Mickey. I think we included that when we did our members only tier list of Mickey costumes.
Yeah, and that's him disappointed in me because I said I wanted to try some of his new micro brews. So
yeah, I'd be disappointed too. But anyway, those reservations, like I said, will open on the 25th. Did you have something else?
Yeah, but I just realized what Gio said. Gio pointed out it's an interesting to eat barbecue with Clarabelle. Not awkward at all.
Yeah, it's probably more pork.
Maybe it's pork for sure. Yeah.
Surely there's no brisket or chicken. I mean, it's weird with Donald too. We got chicken on there. And then finally, this is not new, but the Docking Bay 7 Food and Cargo Nighttime Gathering is going to be returning. This includes special desserts and takeaway items, and you get reserved viewing of Fire of the Rising Moons, which is the fireworks from Galaxy's Edge. They're not shot off from Galaxy's Edge. They're the same fireworks. The rest of the park, you just watch them from Galaxy's Edge. And
with different music.
Those bookings will open April 3rd. So there you go. Tons of new stuff coming to the Disneyland Resort. And speaking of new things coming to the Disneyland Resort, over at the Disneyland Paris, it's not called the Disneyland Paris Resort, but over at Disneyland Paris.
Isn't it though?
They're getting a new... No, it's not. It's just called Disneyland Paris.
Okay.
It's very confusing. They are getting a new Lion King ride. Flume ride looks kind of like Splash Mountain, except that they don't have a Splash Mountain. So this is going to be kind of like their Splash Mountain. It's going to be themed to
it looks like a
animated
what?
Lion King. What?
Looks like a what?
Looks like a what?
What ride did you say it looks like?
Splash Mountain?
I've never heard of that before.
Oh, yeah.
As I have this guy sitting on my desk.
I'm just like, what did I say? Like,
we can't acknowledge it exists anymore or ever exists.
But this is not the ride itself. This is a model. Don't. Iger is
this
not
a ride
that
for
tall.
ants?
Yeah. But they shared lots of photos. Well, they shared a video, and I took lots of screen grabs of said video of this model. And like we were talking about yesterday, despite the concept art that shows the live action characters, this will be based on the original animated movie. So yeah, definitely looks like a cool ride. I love this Pride Rock look for it. And
I think it's also interesting. The drop comes out of the side, which is cool. But immediately you would think it would be under where Simba's perched. You know what I mean? But
yeah, and that'll be at a Disney Adventure World.
Can we call it that yet? Because I thought it wasn't until after Frozen opened.
But when this opens, it will be Disney Adventure World. Mr. Technically. That's why we call him Technically Tony, folks. But Tony...
Did you have a bumper for that, too?
Yeah, I'm not going to hit everything. I already brought up your next story, so you survived this one.
The Dinosaur Gertie has a new T-shirt following a Tumblr and other merchandise for the opening day eatery at Disney MGM Studios, now Disney's Hollywood Studios. But it's an interesting choice, in my opinion, because that restaurant or snack bar or ice cream stand, whatever you want to call it, is never open. I think it's like open 11 to 3 on most days. So it's a little strange, but people have a love for it. So, And then
always good when a restaurant has bank hours.
Oddly, not a Disney character. Everybody calm down. Gertie was one of the first animated characters ever created by Winsor McKay. Hence why a lot of the Lifetime Achievement Awards at the Annies, the Animation Awards, are named after him. But
they also named the knot on a tie after him.
I've heard that, even though I believe that has a D in it, and Windsor does not in the animation sense. But yeah, so non-Disney Disney merchandise coming at you.
And then Tony's expertise is, speaking of animation.
Yes. Disney Junior has revealed their slate of Easter and springtime programming by highly touting an episode of Bluey that has already existed from season 2 that is still available.
You know, that's
Disney
what everyone
Plus.
watches Disney Junior for these days.
These days, yeah. But they also have new programming from Robo Gobo, Mickey Mouse Funhouse, Super Kitties, Pupstruction, Kindergarten the Musical. If you head over to our page, we have plenty of clips and images, as well as the debut dates for all of these and whether or not you can find them on Disney Plus. Because some come out on the network before Disney Plus, some are on Disney Plus before the network. It's a whole thing.
I love Hoodie Pooh Bear. It makes me laugh every time. Yo, hello.
And not hello, to be confused. So what they announced another. Well, they have a new show. It's already debuted. Me and Winnie the Pooh, and then Playdate with Winnie the Pooh, and both are the Hoodie Pooh Bear. So I don't know if one's an offshoot. Well, it is, but one's like a shorter one, and yeah, separate series though, not the same.
Speaking of series, see, we got.
But real quick, Gio, strange all this love for Gertie this year.
It's the new Orange Bird. They're like, wait, we have a character that we have in our parks that we can exploit, and then everyone will love it. Anyway, speaking of exploitable characters that people will love, we talked about this yesterday, but Bob Iger, during the earnings call yesterday, mentioned that he would be talking to the creatives at Disney and seeing about making. His exact quote gets cut up in a few different ways, but a series or some sort of short form videos about Figment, because he's clearly more popular than just a walk around in a theme park. Although I listened to the full quote again, he did acknowledge that he's in the ride too. So that's good. But there has been Figment stuff before.
And a totally impromptu, not staged in any way.
Totally not. No, this
Disney
was...
parks in no way prepped for any kind of other add-on posts or anything like that. Completely improvised. Yes, and.
Yep. Exactly. And they... so there was a comic series of Figment and Dreamfinder, if you'll recall.
Yes.
And
I actually have it over here.
And then there was a movie that was going to be produced by Seth Rogen. No word on that. So yeah, what's your best guess here, Tony? If you were to, because in theory, this was something that they've already been talking about, and this was their way of doing that blue sky bit and be like, maybe we're thinking about doing this. It could change because it's not locked down, but they just did it in a more clever way to be like, you know what, we should do that. Yes, you're all right.
It was definitely very much to see the reaction, much like the blue sky things, and that's how they decided what to move forward with. I can't imagine, because I remember weren't there educational videos when the park first opened with him in it too. I think there were, but that was in puppet form and animated form. So I'm very curious to see what they would do. But I can't imagine it would be anywhere other than Disney Plus or some. You suggested TikTok, I believe, and I could see that happening also.
One of the pieces of content that Disney Parks Twitter put out afterwards was a breaking news from Bob Iger, and it had Figment, but the way that they edited the quote, they just said that short form videos, and I'm like, oh, seriously? Like, it's not even like a series, because like Iger said series, and I'm like, if they're trimming it to say short form videos, then it makes it sound like he's having a TikTok. But no, I do think that Disney Plus, and if they really wanted to double down on it, they should make the shorts on Disney Plus, but then have like 3D ones that they can put into take over the Pixar Disney thing, which is in the Imagination Pavilion, and have Figment shorts play there.
I thank you. I wasn't imagining it, so thank you for Geo. Be fun if the education vids were re-released. Also, I can't help but think of a great story from Bill Hader when he was talking about how he would do Vincent Price on SNL, and Lorne Michaels would say, "This is funny, but why now?" And that's what I say, why now? Because 1982 forward, you obviously have all this love for Figment. You looked at the outcry when Figment wasn't there in 1999, and now it's like, well, we could do something with them, right? So expect
people say IP doesn't belong in Epcot, but if you make the original Epcot IP elsewhere, then it's okay.
I look forward to the Figment, Orange Bird, Gertie, Metaverse, Multiverse, that whole thing.
It's gonna, we're gonna get the was that gentleman League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with
Figment and Orange Bird and Chandu. As long as Chandu shows up, I'm good.
And Albert.
Yeah.
Well, we got some news out of the Disney. Which park is this again? Walt Disney World. Sorry, I got confused. The Walt Disney World Resort Disney Visa card holders can take advantage of a free dining offer. This will be valid on select dates that I'll get to in just a minute, and it'll be for 4 day. It has to be at least 4 days and 4 nights, and you'll have to get the Park Hopper ticket package option through the Walt Disney Travel Company. And those dates are June 29th through September 30th, October 20th through November 1st, and December 6th through the 22nd. And as I said, this is just for Visa card holders at the moment.
Disney Visa card holders, right?
Disney Visa card holders.
Not just any Visa card holder?
No. Okay. Got to be a Disney Visa, Chase Disney Visa, or the one that you pay for. One of those, you can book this now. And if you are going to, we recommend you call our friends at mousefantravel.com/laughingplace, or just go to that site instead of call. I always say call. I guess I was born in the 80s. And so, because free dining sounds great. Might not always be the best deal, but you can call them and they'll help you figure it all out.
Are you comfortable talking on a phone, Kyle?
No.
Okay.
I was on online ordering the second it became available. I used to make my brother call to order the pizza if we were home alone. No, don't enjoy talking on phones. Get anxiety, thinking about having to call somebody. And if they're not the one who answers, what do you do then? Ooh. Oh, have you ever, since you were also born in the 80s, have you ever called a friend and started a conversation thinking it was them and it was their parent?
I'm sure I have. Nothing specifically sticks out, but all my friends growing up too, I was close with their parents. So, yeah.
Well, another thing,
I would know.
Yeah, I did it like once, and it was his mom. That's the hard part. How did I confuse his mom for him? But another thing we talked about yesterday is this treasure special, Tony.
Yep. Nat Geo is releasing the Magic of the Disney Treasure, a new documentary focused on the Disney Treasure. I assume it's going to be a lot like the Disney Wish Nat Geo special, but with the theme of adventure, because that's what the treasure is. But yes, no, it promises the inside look at everything on the new ship, all the new spaces and everything like that. So it'd be a good follow up, I hope, to the Magic of the Disney Wish, which was also a paid for Nat Geo special, much like this one will be. But that heads up later this month, March 28th.
I hope this one just starts with them being like, we actually made our deadline.
Yeah, they beat it ahead of time, but probably because they planned it out 3 months later, just in case. Geo says he has done that call, and it's always awkward.
Thank you, appreciate that. Tony, are you a Power Rangers fan, or were you when you were a kid?
I wasn't the first one, but I have friends who could tell me all about how Tommy was the best Ranger, but then it became Jordan, and then Mike.
I don't remember
the trail of like the color history. I don't have any of that.
I remember I was a fan. I had the toys. Everyone thought Tommy was cool because he was the new one, and he went from green to white. That's cool, but I couldn't tell you a single thing about even their personalities. I thought Amy Jo Johnson was cute. That was about all I got. But
going back to any guy born in the 80s, pretty much thought that too, I think. But
yeah. But what's up with Power Rangers?
So they are a new Disney Plus series is in development or in the works from the same people who did Percy Jackson and the Olympians. So that already has a lot of promise behind it. But will it go to the campy fun of the 90s series, or will it become more of a heavy drama? We'll see. But yeah, that's nothing really known about it yet, other than that it's in the works.
Did you meet the Power Rangers or see the Power Rangers when they were in Hollywood Studios or MGM before?
I definitely saw them on their recycled Disney Stars and Motors Cars parade. meet and greet float thing. But I never took the time to meet with them because they weren't my Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Hashtag not my Power Rangers.
Well, I hope that if Disney is going back and resurrecting things that they've previously, because they've done Goosebumps, which was not theirs for a while, and
also at Hollywood Studio, MGM
exactly.
Studios at one point.
Well, I'm hoping, and it's not going to happen, but they need to get the Turtles back.
Yeah, no, I don't think
that's the one that I loved. I love everything Turtles. I even liked the new movie recently.
I was gonna say, did you like the new movie?
I like TMNT. That was good too.
I haven't seen the new movie. The animation style I really liked, but I haven't sat down and watched it.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I like the Michael Bay movies, but I've seen them. I'm like, this is going to be the worst movie I ever pay to go see, but I have to do it because it's the Ninja Turtles, and I am a nostalgic piece of crap.
And Gio thought exactly what I thought too. Gio, we're on the same wavelength today. Dinosaurs is coming back too. The most depressing series ending ever, but I would like to see it come back in some way, but I don't think it ever will.
Not to be confused with We're Back, which is a different Dinosaurs.
No, but We're Back is the subject of my Thanksgiving post for anybody who follows me every year for the last 15 years. The giant Rex balloon from We're Back at the Macy's parade hitting a street light and completely obliterating. Steven says the new TMNT is fantastic and a critical hit.
Well, before we exit this segment, we are going to go ahead and check out the Disney Plus top 10. And because I said so, we're just crap. We're going to just go ahead and look at the unfiltered TVMA version. So we get the real top 10. Moana 2, Daredevil Born Again, Win or Lose, still hanging in there, Tony. You got to feel good about that.
Good. I do, actually.
Snow White, A Special Look, which
I always think it's people thinking, whenever I see these special looks in the top 10, it's got to be because people think the movie's already on Disney.
I mean, it could also be because if you're counting views, then the 3 minute it takes to invest in watching that. But I don't know what the algorithm is. Good American Family, which, hold that thought. Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch. Moana 2, Sing Along. The original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Doobie would be pleased. What
does it say when the sing-along is ahead of the other one, the original? Oh no, never mind. I lied. I didn't see it. Sorry, I didn't see it at number 1.
That's okay. And then Cinderella and Anora still in the top 10. But speaking of Good American Family, let's get to.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
And speaking of abysmal, my transition. This is a review from Alex of the new Hulu original show, Good American Family. His headline is Good American Family examines the fine line between victim and villain. His subhead is A Family Torn Apart. Good American Family reconstructs the Natalie Grace case. And his final paragraph. For those already familiar with the Natalie Grace case, Good American Family offers a fresh angle, emphasizing how perception alters reality. For those new to the story, it's a gripping, unsettling introduction to one of the most perplexing adoption cases in recent history. Either way, the series lingers long after the credits roll, not because of the mystery it presents, but because of the questions it leaves unanswered. And he gave Good American Family 4 out of 5 pink rabbit stuffies. Is this a show you're interested in?
His ratings always have to be something you would only understand if you watched the product. But I'm interested in at first, as you were reading it, I was like, I know that name sounds familiar. Why does that name sound familiar? Then I remembered, this is that story. Because that is a very true story that occurred. Just Google it yourself. I'm not going to explain it all here, but some heavy spoilers. But yeah. I would probably watch a dramatized version. I love dramatized versions of real things. But I keep circling back to the People versus O.J. Simpson. So there's no escaping that for me.
I do like Mark Duplass. So
yeah,
or maybe I shouldn't watch it if I like Mark Duplass. We'll see. Wrong button.
Do you know about that story without watching anything?
I'm sure that I would if I thought about it. It sounds familiar.
I think
but it also sounds like a cross
okay.
between Natalie Holloway and Macy and Nancy Grace.
Okay, that could be it. No, I think from my understanding, you'd be okay with Mark Duplass, but maybe not so much the kid.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And the rest.
Well, speaking of Hulu, 1,000 Blows is now on Hulu, and they've teased a second season is coming. They just released a little video, no date or anything, just announcing that a second season's on the way. So you can check that out on Hulu, or if you're living internationally, it's on
Coming
Disney+.
soon was quoted numerous times. So
yeah. And then, Tony, we're getting some new signs of an update happening over at Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yep, if you go to the courtyard that houses Rock and Roller Coaster and formerly Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, scrims are popping up now along the wall, so you cannot see what is taking place back with Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy, which will soon be home to Villains Unfairly Ever After, which means Sunset Boulevard is basically going to be all villains now after lengthy walks, because you'll have Fantasmic in one way and then Villains Unfairly Ever After. Guess what I'm calling it from now on, though.
There you go.
All the way back there. But also that we have begun to notice that some of the props have been removed, including the Cruz Ramirez photo spot and one with DJ. Now, here's where I get interested. DJ notoriously came from Paint the Night at Disneyland and then was stationed there and played music in this area ahead of the show. He's gone, so maybe he's heading back to Paint the Night.
Seems reasonable.
But yeah.
All right. Well, with that. Well, going around LP yesterday after the we'll call it news about Figment, Eric wrote an article titled "Figment is great, but giving him a movie or series feels questionable." Why does he think that? Well, you're going to have to go over to Laughing Place and read that article to find out. But then, speaking of Eric, he also went to Universal Studios the other day and got a preview of Universal Studios Hollywood, I should say, of Butterbeer season and some of the items and special offerings that they have available for that. So if you've wondered about what Butterbeer season is all about, again, head over to Laughing Place and find out.
Do they only have Butterbeer ice cream out there during Butterbeer season?
I don't know.
We have it here year round, and stuff's addictive. But
yeah, that's not even my favorite ice cream in that ice cream place. They have plenty of other better ones that I enjoy.
Oh, you don't go to the ice cream place for the Butterbeer ice cream. You go to the place next door that has about 5 people in line because they think it's an actual like bar and not the ice cream place. But
okay, fair enough.
Hot tips, secrets.
Speaking of hot tips, the best hot butterbeer is hot butterbeer.
Oh, that's true. That's not even a tip. That's a known fact. But yeah.
The fun stuff.
And we possibly know why Moana 2 is the number 7 or whatever sing-along version, because that was what was hosted by Moana herself, Olihi Cravalho, where she made a surprise appearance at an elementary school.
It was a middle school, Tony?
Sorry, it was a middle school, and it was like a women in leadership event at the school, or the school focuses on that. I don't precisely remember exactly what it was. Either way, she showed up there after a screening of the sing-along version. Which, does Moana 2 have any hit songs that people know?
Pushing it.
Okay, because I remember you didn't.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
Be exposed for some of them. Like Let It Go was on radio airplay. I think Bruno was too, but I don't remember any from Moana 2 being that recognized. But moving on. And then she showed up afterward to meet and greet with all the students.
That's cool.
It was apparently a fun time.
It was fun. That's why it's in fun facts or fun stuff. Hey, Tony, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Was your school in between elementary school and high school, was it called a junior high or a middle school?
The technical name was middle school.
Okay.
Like the actual title was middle school, but I had heard it referred to junior high throughout.
Yeah, so mine was a junior high, like, and I've never known the difference. I don't know if there is a technical difference, or if it just kind of goes by area or what.
I'll also argue my middle school was formerly a high school.
Okay.
So I think junior high got mixed in there too. Like, oh, because we used to be a high school.
Fair enough. Well, then we got before we get to our brand new segment that Tony gets to participate in. It's not brand new. We've done it a couple times, but it's still new. Let's go. Well, because we can't get enough Figment, I will say I thought that this was clever, and I wish that I made it, and here we go.
I am going to ask our creative teams to consider making some form of series or short form videos of Figment.
That's the best idea you had all day.
I am going to ask our creative teams.
There you go.
But again, tell me how it was, because that showed up on that account within 20 minutes of
it was a little bit longer.
Earnings call. But
yeah, we'll get to that. In fact, we'll get to it in our segment.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. I'm a loser.
Real quick, Steve points out, no Lin-Manuel from Moana 2. Yes, because back when it was a TV series, they didn't want to pay the big bucks.
I don't blame them. Tony, did you want to go first or second for this? So it's a snake thing. So if you go first, then then the other person has back-to-back picks. So if you want to do your winner first,
okay, I'll do my winner first because it's not a surprise.
Sure.
If you follow our site and know of me on the site, the Elio trailer would be my winner for the week. The full trailer.
So Elio is your winner because he got a new trailer.
He got a full new trailer, and then not only that, but the reaction is very, very positive, and it looks like a lot of people will be making their way to the cinema or the local Googleplex to go see Elio.
Very nice. Well, my winner of the week is Disney Plus subscribers. Against all odds, finally, Disney is actually doing some interesting and good things with Disney Plus. First, we got news that the new documentary, Not Just a Goof, which Alex had previously caught a in the works version of on a Disney member cruise, that's coming next month. That's awesome. They also this week added a 24/7 live stream channel of The Simpsons, which is something that I don't know how they didn't do this earlier.
Well, they did have one on the FXX app.
Right, exactly.
But,
when Disney Plus launched, if you've already had that experience, why wouldn't you have just brought that?
Yeah.
And when you launched always on channels, why wasn't a Simpsons one of the first ones you did? Now, I will say, I still would love to have a randomizer button, but this is the next best thing. I applaud this. And then also, not exactly Disney Plus, but if you're a Hulu and Disney Plus subscriber, A Complete Unknown is coming in like next week, and I'm excited about that because it's a movie I did not see in theaters. So there you go. My winner of the week, Disney Plus subscribers.
Before your losers, I just want to point out that Gio agrees. Elio looks like a really fun movie, as does Fred, and he loves a goofy movie. So it sounds like Fred will be watching that doc when it hits.
Yeah, I hear good things. But my loser of the week is publicists and social media managers. I don't know what's going on. Last week, we got an email that was about, now I'm going to get confused. I think it was SeaWorld San Antonio, and they put Busch Gardens Antonio or something like that, something ridiculous. You yesterday got an email that had an image with someone's name watermarked on the cover of an album.
It was allowed for use, but it had their watermark all across it. So you cannot use that for those not in the press industry. That is not allowed.
Yeah, and then
that's why the watermark exists.
Then yesterday they said, "Oh, Coco 2 coming in 2029," and then quickly edited that to take out that part.
10 minutes.
So yeah, it seems like social media, and then that wasn't. It turns out it wasn't social media. I thought it was when I picked this, but that the error you found about the Run Disney, where it says that the races go through both the Disneyland Resort and Disney California Adventure. So yeah, they do a lot of great work, and it's not an easy job, but I think that publicists and social media managers on Struggle Street this week.
Fred points out the Simpsons stream is cool and all, but when are we getting a Saturday morning stream where they show nothing but classic cartoons 24/7? Most of which weren't on Saturdays.
Yeah, why don't we have a one Saturday morning? I want to watch some
or a Disney afternoon stream or
everybody's crazy people work.
My loser, in my opinion, is Geo82, Just
Not
as
this
the name.
Geo.
Not Geo who is commenting here.
Wouldn't
But
it be funny if he
name.
was born in 1982?
The name, and I might have a little bit of inside knowledge here, but it's also going to be very, very small with a max capacity of about 17 people. So I don't.
Wow.
That's probably a bit of an exaggeration, but if you've ever seen the space in which it's headed, it is not large. And then all those Disney vloggers and influencers are gonna be there first thing in the morning and camp out all day. Because
it looks about 17, I think.
But yeah, and then the name is very much just it's the logo looks like something out of a Marvel movie from a villainous company, and then the name itself just is a couple digits shy of an ICQ handle. So
yeah, I agree. It's not a great name.
It's not great. And then if you want to hark back to old Epcot like that, throw more old Epcot in there. I jokingly said, but now it set a standard that I wanted to live up to that it won't, that it needs DJ Buzzy or DJ Smart One, and then we'll call it good. But that's not going to happen. I figured Gio would love that name. I'm sorry, but that's my loser for the week.
Oh, Nikki is also bringing up LP Mount. I did think about making Stitch my loser since he got upset by Dumbo.
But you left out the good part because she brought up the Boo versus Piper throwdown, which is today's. Come on, Piper. Yes, come on, Piper. As I'm wearing my Pixar Elemental.
I did make sure to tell Mac from now on we have to include the featured image in the attached tweet under the thing. So just in case people don't know the character, they'll be like, oh yeah, that is cuter. So I think that plays to Piper's favor today, making sure people see Piper.
Does it?
I'm not saying she wins. I'm just saying that it helps having a photo.
I would see with that. I would have to say you have to have an animated GIF because Piper looks photorealistic. So
can't do anything, right?
Oh, it's just a little bird, right? But if you had the part where she wants to be fed and just sits in her nest and does that, and then and waits for the food, that would win it.
Okay, well,
you could do everything right. I'm just picky.
Now we'll see if Tony does things right, because we got quite a few things on the docket today. No poems or anything. I'm just going to give you a few hints of increasing things. 1946, someone was born. His Disney credits include several Toy Story pictures, as well as The Rocketeer.
Timothy Dalton.
That is Timothy Dalton, the voice of Mr. Pricklepants.
It would have taken me a while if you didn't say Rocketeer. I'll be honest.
Yeah. Well, next up, born on this day in 1958. His Disney credit, as far as I can tell, is A Christmas Carol. He's probably in other stuff, but definitely in A Christmas Carol.
Jim Carrey?
No. Much more well known for other franchises, including Batman.
Oh, so it's not A Christmas Carol. It's a different adaptation of A Christmas Carol?
No, it's the Jim Carrey one, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling you that he's known for other he's
because you said Batman, I immediately went to Michael Caine.
No,
that's technically Batman Begins.
And
Michael Keaton?
What?
Oh, and now you throw Harry Potter in there. So it's somebody British. And so spoiler, I never saw the mocap Christmas Carol.
Well, he's born in 1958, so I think that would qualify to make him an old man.
Gary Oldman.
It's Gary Oldman. Yeah,
Thank
good job. Next up, on this day in 1962, someone was born. This should be easy. Disney credits include The Lion King and Inspector Gadget.
Matthew Broderick?
That is Matthew Broderick, yes. And Spin City. Nope. That's Michael J. Fox. Don't know.
Yeah, I was like, was he a cameo in Spin City?
Probably.
He's a great cameo in 30 Rock, but that's not a Disney show.
Yeah. Also on this day in 1962, same birthday. Who knew? Matthew Broderick, and this person who has a Disney credit for a movie. I don't know if you'd consider it the Renaissance or the end of the Renaissance.
Okay.
I want you to get off of that.
You're not. It's okay. Today in 62, You make
What
me
does
think
the
end
what movie ends the Renaissance?
Lion King.
Okay, what movie comes out? What do most people consider the end of the Renaissance?
Tarzan.
Okay,
So that's a 5-movie window.
it's. I'm saying it's what most people think ends the Renaissance.
So Tarzan.
Tarzan voice.
Oh, I don't know his name.
A voice in Tarzan, not
Oh.
Tarzan.
Man or woman?
Woman.
Rosie
Also
O'Donnell?
hosted ABC's The View. And is in one of my favorite movies of all time, A League of Their Own.
I said Rosie O'Donnell
When?
a minute ago.
I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh,
Rosie O'Donnell.
right. I was like, how is it not Rosie O'Donnell?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
You really would have had me if you said sourdough bread at any point.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Sorry. That's my bad.
You would have
next
had
up,
me right from the jump if you said boudin.
The next movie, 1968, a movie was released, presumably a Kaplan family classic.
Oh, no.
I don't know anything about it. It's got a long title. I really should have looked up a plot. I'm sorry. I failed on this one.
Now I'm just thinking of the long ones, and all I thought is Darby O'Gill and the Little People, but that's...
I'll tell you, this is the one and only one of these movies.
Oh, the one and only Good American Family Ragtime Band, whatever.
Something like that. Yeah, the one and only genuine original family band.
Which always mixes up in my head with Arrested Development, which is now Disney owned. So,
yeah. On this day in 1975, an attraction opened at Disneyland, because it wasn't a resort yet, opened at Disneyland, replacing another similar attraction.
What year?
1975.
Attraction opened that replaced a similar attraction.
Yes. And several years later, maybe 20 years later, was turned into a movie starring Gary Sinise that we talked about a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Mission to Mars.
Mission to Mars. There it is.
Which almost is why Mission Space has a lot of details and Gary Sinise, but nobody saw Mission to Mars, so it's just called Mission Space.
On this day in 2003, a movie was released theatrically that seems like it would have just been a straight to video release, except that doesn't make sense with this title.
2003?
Yes.
Is it Return to Neverland?
No, that's a good guess, but this is
Jungle Book 2?
No, it's not a sequel. It's a sequel, but it doesn't have a number in the title. It's a almost a spin-off, putting a different side character into the spotlight.
And it was released theatrically.
Released theatrically. And it would have been ironic if it wasn't released on the big screen.
Is it Tigger's Big Movie?
You are so close.
Oh.
It's not the Tigger movie. It's...
That's why I said Tigger's Big Movie, but
it's not Tigger's Big Movie.
Piglets?
Piglet's Big Movie.
There's so many of those from that era, I don't even know. But
it's not the Heffalump movie.
No.
But
although doesn't
finally,
she befriend one in that movie? Is that the point? Doesn't he befriend one?
Probably. No, that's the Heffalump movie. There's a movie called the Heffalump movie too.
There's so many. There's so many.
Finally, on this day in 2014, a movie was released that was a sequel that did okay, but is today more seen in memes.
In 2014?
A live action movie.
That was a sequel. More seen in memes. 2014 sequel.
You could say that they were doing a sequel.
Oh, that's Muppets Most Wanted.
Muppets Most Wanted.
Yeah,
doing a sequel.
The Constantine is a bigger meme than anything, and then of course they're doing that song now too.
And my favorite line in that movie is while they wait for Tom Hanks to do Toy Story 4, and now they're doing Toy Story 5.
Yep.
Well,
there's a line from Tiny Toon Adventures, How I Spent My Summer Vacation, that I always go back to every time I see anything about ticket offers or anything like that. If you recall from 30 years ago, that direct-to-video feature that was also 3 episodes, depending on when you watched it. They get to Happy World Land, and there's a song where the fun never stops at only $80 a pop, and now people are paying twice that to get into a theme park. Anyway.
Someone was talking about the new Looney Tunes movie the other day, and for some reason I was just singing the Tiny Toons theme in my head. We're tiny, we're toony, we're all a little loony, and it's cartoony, we're invading your TV.
I saw that movie, and it was actually really good. I liked it a lot. I highly recommend.
I did see that they are apparently the production company that the distributor behind that is in talks to try to acquire the Acme.
Coyote versus Acme. Yeah. That is Ketchup, for the record. And it was so funny because when I went and saw it, we kept making fun of the name of the distributor being Ketchup. And here they are possibly saving the day. So thanks, Ketchup.
Well, that's the end of our morning shows for the week. We gave you 2, like I said we would, plus a bonus one. Look at us. Yes, the day the Earth blew up. Monday, we should be back in one form or another. I don't know if Doobie's back or not, but we'll see. So thank you all for joining us. I hope you have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you all soon.
Bye.